Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This will be part 2 on the 2004 Cummins computer from Georgia. This is for A1 transmissions. This computer was fully shorted, no communication, no start, no firmware reference. So I did the repair, sorry. And I haven't even connected or run it, so I wanted to do that with you all. So let me, well, you can see the module right there. I have actually the other camera as I normally do here. Sorry. All right, so let me get a little closer. And I will be doing, or I will be showing you the pictures of what we did, or what I'm doing. Sorry. Yeah, I think that should be good enough. At least you will be able to see my test from there. All right, so, and well, before we proceed, if you have any computers, instrument cluster, and I mean for any European, BMW, Mercedes, and so on, body control modules, instrument clusters, I repair all of that. ABS modules, most of them, no airbag modules. You can contact me. This is my website, Mike Salazar Diagnostics. As it says on the white letters, my name is spelled different, but it sounds as Mike. .com. This is the website. In here, you have that white box in here. If you click in there, that will download the repair form that you can fill and then add in the box with the module or modules that you're sending for repair. The black box on the other side is actually, I will open your email browser with my email, so you can send me an email. And the blue, as it says, is a chat. Please, if you use the chat, make sure that you leave your information as an email or telephone number so I can reach you out if you desire to be contacted. The address and everything is in there. You got my email on the upper section on the left side and the telephone number that you can contact me if you want to speak with me. All right, so let's go over the information. Like that, I can show you the picture of, well, let me show you the before, which it was obviously in part 1. So we had the main damage in here, and I showed in the first video how this was completely shorted, and that's why we couldn't, have communication with the computer. All right, so this is just a partial of, this is like what I call the main repair, because most of the times this is where the area is damaged and it stays in there. But when it blows, sometimes it takes voltage regulators and some other components that you need to check and so on if you're a repair facility. And I don't want to go into too deep because it's really not that necessary for the video that I want to share with all of you and also with the customer, right? Because this is also for them to see that the computer will be then fully repaired. Now we can establish communication and all that. So as you see, it looks pretty much like factory. Nothing is damaged. I replace all the components around the damaged area, and now that is the way it looks. They approved the repair, so I have always collect that information for my repairs. All right, so going back into here, I'm going to set up the meter. Make sure we have it in there perfect, so you will be able to see me. So before, when we were doing the test on this computer, yes, we got plenty of light. When you measure this, I'm actually right now in diode mode, as it says on the, what it says open on the top left, it says diode. So we're going to measure, I'm going to put, black is the, the black lead, and the red lead for the positive, right? So I'm going to put that in here. And if we measure in there, we have 1 point, okay, now open. It was charging the actual diode, right? So that is an open circuit. And then if we move it to the other way, it should read like around 0.5 volt. And that's exactly what we do as soon as it charges, and we have 0.5 volts. So that is a good diode, and we no longer have a direct short. I'm going to remove these from here because I'm going to use this for a test. I actually need to change. When I have that selected like that, the changes I need to do with the software. So I'm going to go over to, let me see, voltage. All right, DC voltage. Right now I got it set up into DC voltage, and nothing is, no, that's actually current. DC voltage right here. Because I'm going to do the connections of the computer with you all. And this is also what I want to do. So on these computers, what I normally do, so I don't miss or perform a wrong connection, which I now know, but pretty much by memory how this computer goes. So we have pin 1 here and pin 10, and then 51 here and pin 60 here. And then on the other connector, same thing, pin 1 and pin 10, but then we have 41 and 50. That's all we're going to or need to connect correctly. For a bench connection on this computer, you don't really need to put, 2 grounds, but since they're so easy to connect and I have it ready, I haven't made, as I explained before in other videos, the harness for these because it's very, very easy to do. So I got grounds and pin 49 and 50. Let me put my glasses on. All right, so I have now, let me get my connections. I know pretty much by memory, but I don't want to make sure, I want to make sure that I'm not going to connect anything that is not supposed to be connected. Let me see. I'm looking for my normal connections for right here. You're not seeing this because that's my personal or my own information. I actually shared this on the other video. What I'm looking at, so you guys can see it momentarily, is that. So that is something that I have gathered where I have a communication, powers and grounds and so on that I can use for what we're doing now. All right, so since I'm using also my breakout box in here, this is an automotive universal test platform. It has 3 switches. On the switch 1, which it has also a diagram on the back that shows me what is connected to switch 1, switch 2, and switch 3. I have always used the first switch for terminal 30, the second switch for terminal 15, and the third switch for terminal 87. That's just my personal preference. All right, so I know the 16 is going to be a constant battery, and it's only 1 cable that I have done for that. So I'm going to put that into 40, which is, again, let me put my glasses on. All right, so we have an ignition in pin 32, and I'm going to use that with terminal 17. Just trying not to entangle these little short wires too much. So pin 32, so we have 10, 20, 30, 31, 32. Okay. Now is the communication. So this computer uses 3 wires for communication. As I have on my diagram here, again, the picture that I showed you before, I have the pin 7 goes into pin 16 on all of this connected with 50 pins. So this is, pin 7 right here. Pin 7 should go with 16. So 15, 16. Pin 12 goes into 19. So 16, 17, 18, 19. And then pin 7 goes to 28. So 25, 6, 7, 8. So this is all I really need for these to communicate. I'm also going to connect 2 more wires, and these are for the multimeter. I'm going to connect into the same connector on pin 23 with 5 volts. So 10, 20, 1, 2, 3. And then pin 24 is the sensor ground. And that we know if the computer is indeed alive, because sometimes it comes on as far as 5 volt reference, but it will not communicate. And that's something that we need to test, right? So I'm going to now connect my multimeter, my bench multimeter, to these 2 wires that I have with a 4mm banana adapter. All right, so I now need to connect the scanner, which I have pretty much ready. And for this, I'm going to use the top down. Just powering up right now. That's a little bright. You can see in my face the reflection. I'm going to do off camera. Start a team viewer. Yeah, so I can put it also on the screen. I have not turned it on yet as far as the computer goes, right? Because I want to do this first. All right, looks like I can now connect to. This is just authenticating. All right, so let me see how that will look into this. Here, I have to make this a little smaller. Let me just move that window to a proper area, which I can do pretty quickly here. Let me see, is that how did I name that one? Meters. Yeah, okay, so let me just move that to the upper corner. I'm gonna make it a little smaller. Can go a little bigger, right? So you guys can see better. All right, so we got the top down connected. And the reason I like to do it like this is because now I have the top down here, right? So, and you can see that in here. I can put it back into the dock. It's going to keep it charged. Well, actually, this dock for some reason is no longer working to charge. I have to plug it directly. Sorry, I forgot that I don't have a microphone in my mouth. So what I said is that dock is not working to keep it charged, and it loses. I have to connect it directly. All right, so now I can turn the computer on. We have everything to work on, and I only need, in this case, battery voltage. I got my power supply off. That'll be important to turn it on too as well, because we need to make sure the BCI is on and connected to the scanner and so on, right? I also need to add that in this case, I don't need to add any terminator resistors or anything in order to connect my scanner to the computer. All right, now the outputs are on. All right, I'm powering on the computer, and that's a good sign. We have 5.0 reference, which it was there. Oh, it wasn't there before, sorry. So let's do first an auto scan. Let me see, make sure the BCI is on. As it's still powering on and saying top done. Okay, now it's ready to establish communication. All right, let's try to do or attempt an auto scan. Sometimes it does read it, sometimes it doesn't. I found that these are Snap-on is not really well, or it doesn't work that well when the scanner is connected on the bench. In the car, it might be good, but not for this one. So no, yeah, it does not read the bean like this. Okay, we're going to skip this, and we're going to go into manual selection. So we're going to go into American, Dodge, and this will open the coverage software the top-down uses. I have the VIN number saved from the conversation with the customer. Let me just show, let me see, calibration. No, let me go over to right here. So you guys can see that too. Let me turn these off so you guys can read that. At the tab, it says the last digits on the VIN number should be G165548. All right, so let's go back to here and let's turn the scanner back on in your view. All right, this is a 16-pin connector, and we're gonna do not an automatic because we already know that that doesn't work, but we're gonna go into Dodge 2004 Ram truck. Please use our Sprinter software to diagnose Dodge Sprinter vehicle. This is not a Dodge Sprinter, okay? And then in here, it has not established communication with the computer yet. So we need to select, because in here we just in Ram truck, it doesn't even know what truck is this yet. We're going to enter in PCM and then enter. This is where it will try or attempt to read the VIN number. So we should have now G165548, or pretty soon will, if it communicates to the computer. Okay, I can see already a VIN. Hopefully you can see that too here at the bottom of that. It says the entire VIN: 3D7LU 38C 34G165548. That's perfect. So I read the VIN on the computer, no problems. So that is already a win-win. We're going to go into read data stream. And since I don't have much connected in here, let's read the battery voltage. That is at least a bit that I can change in here with my power supply. That's battery temperature voltage. So that's actually good because it's 5 volts. So that is a good one, but not the one I can change. So let's go back into the data stream. Very slow. I don't know why. Data stream. Yeah, I'm already in. So something is happening with either my internet or the TeamViewer, because I already deselected the battery temperature and I can see it on the scanner. I'm going to keep the scanner here. That is moving really slow compared to what the reality is on the scanner. So ECM voltage, that's the one I'm looking for. And I'm going to click OK. And now we have the battery voltage in there. I'm going to graph this. So we should see shortly a battery voltage in there. I'm going to select it on my power supply. And I'm going to change 1 volt up, down again down, again up. And now we can see the changes in there. I was saying we have the battery voltage. As you can see, I can change that, and that means the scanner is reading properly. So we can see the change in there. I'm just going, 1 volt down and 1 volt up, and then come back to the same voltage, and it's reading good. Remember, the scanner is connected wireless to the computer. That means the communication and everything is good. We have read the VIN. Let's see what kind of fault codes we have, which, we have nothing connected, but make sure there is no calibration errors or anything like that we need to see. I'm already seeing the faults in my scanner. Okay, like I said, it's a little delay. All right, we got that J1850 is an internal communication bus that is in between modules. That is not connected, so that is okay. Cooling fan. Okay, perfect. No calibrations or being mismatched or anything that will be giving me a red flag. So this computer is now fully repaired. This is again for A1 transmissions in Georgia. Your computer is now fully functional. Let me take all this out of here and do the closure of the video. Again, thank you so much for all of you that are watching the video. If you have any modules, please take me in consideration. You will help my small business. Thank you so much. And if you're here watching this video, don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye-bye.